vlog? You got your own vlog going on right here?
Yep.
Vlog going on here. Like, subscribe, and comment. That's right.
Hey, Luigi Prima. And you're watching Ocola TV, where they have the best of pizza every day made by me, Luigi Prima.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pro Wrestling 60, where we cover everything that happened this past week in the world of professional wrestling. I'm Xlj the Og, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother. This week, hailing from Chattanooga, Tennessee, one Mr. B-Roll. How you doing, buddy?
Woot, woot, woot. Chattanooga. The Tennessee hills. The hills of Tennessee have my heart. Something like that. I don't know. You know. But, man, oh, man.
Another great week in the world of pro wrestling. And we got an action-packed show for you.
Yes, we do. Action-packed, jam-packed, full of videos from all of our friends and colleagues and mutuals and lovers, if you will.
I see what you did there. Hey, before we get started, though, but seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you all for the love and support that you've been showing Cole TV. Had a tremendous week last week. Tremendous outpouring of like love and support for Friday Night Movie Nights episode. Glad you all loved it. We've got a lot of cool things in store with that, as well as a lot of other great content coming to you. So seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you all. We greatly appreciate it. We love you all to pieces. That being said, Mr. B-Roll, we got a lot to talk about, so
we
you better
got
hit
a
us with
lot.
that line.
Got a lot to talk about, but yes, echoing that appreciation. If you're bald, I'll kiss you all on your bald heads. If you're not bald, I don't know. I'll kiss you somewhere else. I don't know. But this is PW60. We are on the clock, and I say that the clock starts now. We gotta get into our top story here.
And our top story is what the fuck? He's everywhere. Now he's on this show too. I don't want to talk about P. Diddy and his sex dungeon and his 767 dildos and 1,000 bottles of like gallon lubricant. Like, and is there any rapper or celebrity that he hasn't tried to diddle? Like, did Diddy not do?
You know, I've told you once before, and I'll tell you again. That slide guy for this show, he's got to go. He's got to go.
Yeah, well, we're not talking P. Diddy. We're a wrestling show, so we got wrestling to talk about. Talk about
God.
The real top story. And yes, thank you, God above. It's finally happened. My 40-year-old ass is finally... Yes, Raw is going back to 2 hours. That's right. We're going away from the 3 hours. 3 hours was unnecessary. Didn't need it. It was just too much. Like, they're going to get so much done and compacted into 2 hours, don't you think? How excited are you about this going to 2 hours?
I am so ecstatic, and like, I mean, it never needed to be 3 hours. It's like the tuck rule in the NFL. It never needed to be there.
Yeah. So it's exciting to see, and this goes into effect coming up here in October. So cannot wait for that. What a good time. What a great time to be alive. You know, finally we're going back to these 2 hour formats on WWE television. Ah, fuck.
Aww.
God damn it. Really? SmackDown is going to 3 hours now. Yes, that's right. So just when the Lord giveth, oh, the Lord taketh. And Papa H.U. wants to I get it. Ad revenue, all that. I wish we could go back to the days of old where it was just 2 hours, but I think those days are long gone, my friend. But yeah, now SmackDown's going to be 3 hours. I anticipate there being obviously some the rosters moving around. I'm sure probably to add more to the roster on the SmackDown side of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say this. I mean, yeah, I echo with you. My old ass is right there with you. Um, but I will say this, you know, and yes, we'll have to see what the rosters shake out to be, but you do have a lot of your compelling stories on
Yeah,
SmackDown. Um, and ultimately, if we're gonna have a 3 hour show that's not a pay-per-view, I guess at least it's a Friday night where I don't have to work the next day, but
I guess there. Yeah, I'll give you that, I suppose. But nonetheless, big transition in the WWE. Well, Mr. B-roll, I think before we move forward on this episode of PW60, it's been a week. It's been an incredible week, but I always feel lost. I always feel like I need some advice, maybe some advice
always.
from a friendly neighborhood dad hat. Let's go to Dad Hat with Dad Hat's tip of the week.
It's that time of the week again. Dad Hat's Life Lessons of the Week. Brought to you by World Championship Wreckage. Find them on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And also by the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesday, twitch.tv/Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. And now, here's Dad Hat.
All right, kids. Basic physics. Flight is determined by 4 things: weight, lift, thrust, and drag.
Whee! That's all I think of when I see that. So, thank you so much, Dad Hat. And hey, we want to give a shout out to the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Dad Hat. We wish you the happiest of birthdays. We hope it's an amazing day for you because we love you, brother. So happy birthday, Dad Hat. Everybody leave a comment. Wish happy birthday to Dad Hat.
Yes, happy birthday, Dad Hat. I would kiss you on your bald head.
You want to kiss a lot of bald heads tonight. But
Hey, he's
that.
bald. He's bald.
Shh. Kayfabe, brother. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw from this past week, and it was an explosive show. Of course, we kicked it off with the CM Punk promo to start things. We got to see that showdown where, I'm sorry, but main event Jey Uso was cooking Braun Breaker's ass, if you know what I'm saying. And of course, that brawl, the brawl between freaking Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, how crazy was that? I got to say something here, man. I think I've never really been invested into Braun Strowman until now. Like, I mean, with what he's doing with Bronson Reed. So that stuff's great. I want to see more of that. Big, meaty men just tearing down the house. So love that segment. Also, too, man, we got a big kind of like a big step forward in this whole New Day splitting up thing, because it looks like Woods and Kofi may be splitting up. I mean, there was a lot of tension there as they were not able to win the tag team titles from the Judgment Day. Of course, we got to see the feud continue on with Pete Dunne and Sheamus as well. And of course, the Sami Zayn segment with Gunther as he continues to deny him, and heck of a main event with Dirty Dom going up against Damian Priest. Overall, Monday Night Raw was a great success as we're on the road to Bad Blood. But I loved Raw, man. I thought it was a great episode. But you know what else we love this week, too? You got to give it to Friday Night SmackDown. Was a loaded show this week. B-roll, let's talk about it first and foremost.
Cinema.
Let's talk about that epic promo between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. What were your thoughts?
I think I just said them. Cinema. Like,
yeah. I mean, it was great.
So, like, okay, like at first I was kind of like, okay, like, why the heck are they going to Georgia Tech other than Cody's from Atlanta? Roman played there. I was like,
Bad Blood's in Atlanta.
Yeah, but still, I was like, okay.
This sorry, buddy, but there's a lot of reasons why they did it there.
Reasons, but you know, it was cinema.
That was
Like
great. That
it was
apparently-
cinema on a Cinnabon, fresh out of the oven cinema.
Yeah, and apparently Paul Heyman was the producer behind this segment, so I can understand why. But I loved every bit of it. It was definitely the highlight of Friday Night SmackDown. Like I say, tremendous show on Friday night. But we got to talk about that United States Championship matchup between Andrade and L.A. Knight. Yeah, that match was cooking. It was incredible. It was everything we thought it could be and more. And L.A. Knight would retain. But you know, it had to be our match of the week this week on PW60.
Most definitely. Sometimes, we confer on the match of the week, and sometimes I don't think the same thing as you, but like this week, clearly, this was the match of the week.
Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, my friend. But SmackDown was an amazing show. And you know what's even awesomer about SmackDown this week, my friend? It was in Sacramento. And our good friend Sienna was on hand for the festivities going down in Sacramento for SmackDown. And she was so kind enough to document it and send us this clip. So check this out.
Going PW60 crew. I'm here at the meet and greet at Cricket Wireless. You can tell I am standing in line. There's like tons of people there. So yeah, it's going to be a full adventure, meet and greet and SmackDown Live, and then 2 special guest appearance as well. Both of them are content creators. So yeah. So it's almost 10 o'clock here, and I've been standing in line. Excuse me. Been standing in line for like 2 hours, so I'm actually getting closer. Well, somewhat closer. But hey, it's definitely they're doing the raffles and everything, and they just appreciate one of the employees at the Quick Wireless with shout out to Brittany. So yeah. Thank you.
It's the guy they used to call Roman Reigns.
Oh, he's spilling facts for sure. Oh, dang! Come on now!
No. You'll start booing me. No sexy McIntyre for you.
What the fuck? What? CM Punk! Yeah!
Holy shit, SmackDown Live, definitely worth watching, especially the dark matches too. I mean, what do y'all think?
I lost my voice to a piece of the table and I didn't get it. My voice is gone, but we need more lasers and tables.
Exactly.
More lasers and tables.
Exactly, it was worth it. I mean, the pre-show match like Christine, Candice LeRae versus Piper Niven, and then you have Carl Anderson versus Baron Corbin, then SmackDown, and then the dark matches afterwards. Liv Morgan versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's World Championship match, and also Drew versus Jay, and then the main event for the dark match, Carmelo Hayes versus Cody Rhodes, and yeah, so yay! That's right. Definitely, we're celebrating the 8-year anniversary.
Well, thank you so much, Sienna. We appreciate that clip. We do apologize. There was some lag on our end there. But nonetheless, it's great to see her. Also, huge shout out to Michaela and Doug, who got to meet up for the first time in person, which is awesome. You love to see it. So happy they could be a part of this clip here on our show. Shout out to La Familia. But that's the thing, man. You go to wrestling shows and stuff. It's all about the commodity. It's all about, like you saw there, like you saw the yeeting and stuff. That's what's great about going to a live pro wrestling show, whether it's WWE, AEW, whoever it is.
It's
Independent wrestling.
like this. It's like this. Pro wrestling. It's like Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
There you go. Well, let's talk about NXT from this past Tuesday night. Loaded show as we are going into the NXT premiere on the CW is very near. First and foremost, shout out to our boy, our main man, Tyrese Halliburton, for showing up and getting the ding done to get that contract signed between Ethan Page and Trick Williams as they will meet at on that CW debut. And of course, old Pepsi Phil decided to show up because we couldn't just get him on one show this week. We had to have him on two on WWE. And it looks like he's going to be
times.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be a big part of that main event as he's the special referee in the match between Trick and Ethan Page. Continue on with the building to the NXT Women's Championship match with Roxanne and Julia. That's going to be an amazing matchup. How about that big tag match we got to see kind of to kick off the show was Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria teaming up to go against Wendy Chu and Rosemary, which I love that team, by the way. Also, we got to see another TNA star in action as the man with the best quads in all pro wrestling, Alexander Hammerstone, went up against Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo walking out there, man, like making you wonder what's going on here, you know? You never know. We also got to see Brooks Jensen in action. And like I said, it was just a loaded show. Like, cannot wait to see the debut, which is right around the corner, Mir. It's coming. It is going to be here before you know it on the CW. It's going to be great, too, to see them get out of the Performance Center, in my opinion, as well. Really excited to see that. I think there's going to be some amazing crowds for that. So look for NXT to be on the road here soon. They may be coming to a town near you.
Yes. I don't know if this is a bold prediction, but I'm going to go there real quick, real fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it happens on the CW debut show, but I think Julia takes the title off Roxanne.
Oh, I 100% think Julia takes the title off Roxanne, and I think Trick wins the title off of Ethan. I think it's going to be the beginning of a new era, and that's going to be the two guiding us in this new era of the NXT. So, well, let's talk about Dynamite from this past week. Loaded show as we are heading into Grand Slam. It's this Wednesday. Can you believe it, B-Roll? Grand Slam coming up.
I can't believe it.
So freaking excited, man. So we kicked off the show with Orange Cassidy going up against Trish Jericho, renewing that rivalry that nobody asked to be renewed. I'm just saying. I love the tag match between Mariah May and Serena Deeb going against Yuka Sakazaki and Queen Aminata. Mariah May. Oh, Mariah. You know, just not even really not a great tag partner. You can't really trust her for a whole lot. But looks like Mina Shirakawa may be coming back. May see that tandem in AEW sooner rather than later. Also got to see Ricochet in action against the Beast Mortos. And how about that main event with Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita teaming up to take on the Elite. It was amazing show. Dynamite knocking it out of the park. And AEW had a great week this week in television, too. Let's talk about Rampage from this past Friday night. Love the opener with Mark Briscoe and Brian Keith. I wish we could see Brian Keith in action more. I love what he's doing, but I mean, I need Brian Keith in the ring every week. You know what I'm saying? We've always loved Brian Keith here.
No kidding. I do like his character, and it's getting him TV time if you would, but he's such a good wrestler.
Oh my God, yes, absolutely, yeah. But love seeing Brian Keith. Also, we got to see Hikaru Shida go up against Harley Cameron as well. And how about that main event? Nick Wayne, Roosh, Rocky Romero, and Kip Saban in a four-way. I like Rampage this week. Personally, I thought it was a pretty good show. It wasn't that bad. I know we've kind of been back and forth on Rampage, but this was a solid one.
I don't know if we're going to be back and forth too much longer.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Collision this Saturday night, rounding out AEW television this week. We got to see that. How about that opener? That almost was kind of came close to being match of the week. But Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara defending the Ring of Honor tag titles against the Undisputed Kingdom. In that it was that Texas Death Match. So it was it a Texas Death Match? I can't remember what the gimmick match was. It was like a no DQ clusterfuck fun time matchup. Let's call it that.
How about this? It was bloody.
Yes. But we got to see Dustin Rhodes and Sammy retain those Ring of Honor tag team titles. We also got to see this. Is Hologram part of the conglomeration now? I guess. Is he with them? Because
I feel like the thing with the conglomeration is
could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Also got to see Mariah May go up against Lady Frost. A hell of a matchup there. Darby Allin and Evil Uno 1-on-1. How about Serena Deeb against Queen Aminata 1-on-1? And then we had the big main event with Hook and the Outrunners and FTR going up against the Beast Mortos, Roderick Strong, Roosh, and the Grizzled Young Veterans. Tremendous 10-man tag. But I loved how the show closed out with Nigel McGuinness once again throwing shade at Bryan Danielson, man. Oh, I am so pumped for fucking Grand Slam this week, dude. You know how excited I am for that matchup. Cannot wait. But I mentioned in the 10-man tag, there's somebody we really need to acknowledge that we haven't done so here on the show. And therefore, there are wrestlers of the week this week. We're talking about the Outrunners. How about what a run these guys have been on lately, man? They are getting over. They've got some of the highest merchandise sales in AEW right now. I think it's like they're finally starting to realize, like, okay, we've got something here, so we're going to start pushing them, and I think they should push them to the moon. Absolutely love the Outrunners. And, of course, they are our wrestlers of the week here on PW60.
Yes, okay. Listen to me, Tony. Listen. You have lightning in a bottle, okay? So we need to take that lightning in a bottle and push them to the moon.
To the moon. Yeah. Well,
don't screw it up like you did with the Acclaim, please and thank you. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, he does tend to lose track of his toys. I'm just saying. So.
Wait, what were we talking about again? See what I did there?
Well, we mentioned Grand Slam. Grand Slam is upon us. It's this Wednesday night on Dynamite. Loaded shows that we'll see on Dynamite and Collision as well. On Dynamite, we know we're going to see Jon Moxley and Darby Allin for that world title shot. Of course, we got the tag titles on the line, the FTW title up for grabs. We now know Mariah May will defend that women's championship against Yuka Sakazaki. And, of course, the match we've been talking about, Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, bro. Like, I'm so excited for this matchup. If Bryan is cleared, if he's cleared, but you know what? I don't think Bryan's as big of a coward as Nigel's saying he is. But Nigel could be wrong, right? I don't know. Also, we know on Collision, we're going to see the conglomeration against the Learning Tree in a Tornado Trios match as well. And I believe also Britt Baker is going to be taking on Serena Deeb on Collision. Saraya will be meeting Jamie Hayter as well. I think that's going to be on Rampage Grand Slam in a Saraya Rules match. So it's going to be a loaded week this week. It's Grand Slam week in AEW. We cannot wait to see it. Well, my friend, it's that time of the show. It's time to spice things up a bit. So let's go to Spicy Guac with a spicy take.
Spicy guac with the little spicy guac. El pequeño guacamole. Letting you know, Bumaye is not only for the people, Bumaye, but the children. Ain't that right, kid? Bumaye. 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 Even Buzz, he knows. Bumaye is for the people. Bumaye is for the children. Alex Kane is the GOAT.
Yeah, he is.
No arguments here. No arguments here.
Well, hey, let's talk about TNA's Impact from this past Thursday night, which I gotta say, I love this show too. What about that freaking matchup? The Texas Death matchup with JDC against Santana. I mean, gosh, look at JDC, man. He got missed.
I feel like I'm looking at crime scene photos. Like,
Right? Also got to see First Class in action against the tandem of Sinner and Saint, I believe, making their TNA debut too. I know our good buddy Mike knows a lot about Sinner and Saint. Also
make
got
their
to see.
TNA debut.
I thought they did. I don't know.
We saw them at the tapings in Newport.
Did we really?
They're
I don't
signed to
remember that.
They're signed to TNA now.
Are they really? I didn't know that. Well, when the hell they must wrestle on Explosion or something, because I don't ever remember seeing them wrestle on TNA.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I should have put my Smarky Smart glasses on for that.
Yeah. Well, that just shows you how much TV time they're getting. I'm just saying.
True. Not wrong.
See, yeah. You can't argue with me there. But also on Impact, we got to see the Hardys and Masha Slamovich go up against the System and Tasha Steele. So kind of interesting seeing that was the breakup there between Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich since losing those Knockouts tag team titles, which I think is great for Masha. And of course, Alicia still sporting the neck brace. God bless her. But nonetheless,
available now on ShopTNA Wrestling.com.
Well, nonetheless, we say it every week. Like TNA is always killing it. They're always knocking it out of the park. And if you're not watching them on Thursday nights, what are you doing with your Thursdays? You need to give them a check out. So, well, it was also a big weekend this weekend for Game Changer Wrestling. And so for that, we go to the very lovely and talented Carly with a GCW report.
What's going on, PW60 fam? I'm Cakeface Carly, your GCW bestie, and I'm so sorry I wasn't here last week, but I shall make it up to you because you know why I'm here. I'm going to talk about everything that went down this past week on Game Changer Wrestling, as well as some stuff that's coming next. So we had two shows that went down this weekend. One Friday, September 20th, that was in Philadelphia called Aura, and the other took place in Hartford, Connecticut on Saturday called Back to Back. Starting with the show on Friday, we had 10 matches on card, but of course, I'm just going to talk about the highlights. We got to see the very talented Tasha Steele take on the emo queen, Brooke Havoc. And you guys, this match was incredible. Both women looked great, performed great, and there was actually a surprise win. Brooke Havoc was able to stop her losing streak as she was able to pick up a win against Tasha Steele. We got to see Sydney Air Akeem take on the King of Strange Style, Arez. And this match was literally a 5-star match, high-flying, action-packed, absolutely beautiful. And the undefeated streak of Sydney Akeem continues. We got to talk about my favorite match of the night, which was Homicide going against Marcus Mathers. And honestly, this was so entertaining. It was intense. And, I mean, I was at the edge of my seat during this whole match. But after delivering a cop killer to Marcus Mathers, Homicide was able to pick up the win. Mance Warner put his GCW World Championship on the line against Tony Deppen, and it was kind of strange at first because Mance was being really, really respectful and nice to Tony Deppen, giving him his flowers with no bullshit, no surprise attacks, nothing. It was strange. Although respect was involved, trust me, the match surely didn't show it because these two put each other through hell, and it was another one of my favorite matches of the night. However, you already know, the Manser era is still going strong as he was able to retain his belt. Once again. And then for the main event was supposed to be Matt Tremont going against Zilla Fatu, but there's something going on with Zilla and GCW. I don't know the 100% details, but surely that's not what this is about. So none other than Slade took the place of Zilla Fatu, and him and Matt Tremont had a brutal match. They didn't deem this a death match, but I'm not really sure why they didn't because they still made each other bloody, used a bunch of weapons. It was wonderful. However, the Bulldozer was able to bulldoze right on through Slade and pick up a victory, very well deserved. And then this past Saturday was GCW back-to-back, and there was 10 matches on card, so let's get into the highlights. We got to see Richard Holiday and his mustache take on Marcus Mathers, and he also had a little announcement regarding Charles Mason, saying that his trial for murder is taking place October 10th. So I wonder if this may fall in line with anything going on for War Games October 12th and 13th. Anywho, the match was pretty good. I enjoyed it. However, the ending definitely shitty. Unfortunately, Marcus Mathers lost due to a disqualification because he low blowed the ref when it was really Richard Holiday. One I gotta mention real quick was Slade taking on Tony Deppen. And you guys, this match was intense. That took place inside and outside of the ring. No sell chair shots. It was like, what the fuck, you guys? Overall entertaining match, and Slade was actually able to get the win over Tony Deppen. Next, my favorite match for the entire weekend, 10-star match, was Sydney Arakim taking on All Heart Blake Christian. And wow, I mean, literally from start to finish, it was non-stop, action-packed. The crowd was intense, and it was literally electrifying. Clearly, I'm at a loss for words. So if you need a reason to watch GCW alone already, if I haven't given you enough reasons, let this match be it. And unfortunately for Blake Christian, his losing streak continues as Sydney Akim's winning streak continues. Of course, we got to talk about Mance Warner putting his GCW World Championship on the line against the bad boy, Joey Janela, in a lumberjack strap match. Oh my god. When I tell you those people outside the ring with the straps were fucking mean, holy shit. I mean, as you could suspect, this match was going to be nothing short of a masterpiece. You can see the history just trickling through the pores of this match. I loved every bit of it. It was brutal. It was intense. Loved it. And as much as I love you, Joey, you know there's nothing stopping the Manster era from continuing for I feel, quite a while. Then Megan Bayne was able to pin Matt Cardona for a second time, first time being at the G Code with that 6-man tag match. And now this is the second time she's able to do it, but at what cost? Because everyone in the Deathmatch Royalty family, minus Steph DeLander, really fucked her up after that match. And this, of course, leaves us all wondering, will she be able to compete in the Art of War Games match at GCW Fight Club? I guess we'll find out. Last but absolutely not least, we had, for the main event, the Bulldozer Matt Tremont taking on the Rogue, Brandon Kirk, and none other than what? A fucking death match. Now, this is definitely not the first time either of these two have fought each other, so you know that they were going to put on quite an entertaining death match. I mean, there was light tubes upon light tubes and blood and more light tubes. These are a few of my favorite things. So, although Matt Tremont had a valiant effort put into this match, Brandon Kirk was able to pull out a victory and also earn the spot of Matt Tremont's in the NGI 9 coming up November 16th in Orlando, Florida. So that's all that went down this past week for GCW, and unfortunately, we're not going to get any shows this weekend or the weekend after, but I would like to talk about the thing that's coming up pretty soon, which is GCW Fight Club. The 2-day event will be taking place October 12th and 13th, none other than Atlantic City, New Jersey, and we don't really have a lot so far for the match card, but I will talk what we have thus far. Of course, as it was announced at the G Code, there's going to be the Art of War Games match at GCW Fight Club with Team Janela, consisting of Megan Bayne, Effie, and one called Manders, going against Team Deathmatch Royalty, which of course that's Matt Cardona, Mance Warner, Broski Jimmy, and a mystery opponent. There's a whole lot of speculation on who this fourth member is going to be, but I'm still kind of confused, and I'd love to know everyone's thoughts on who you think that might be. Besides that match, we know that we're going to see Masha Slamovich at GCW Fight Club, as well as none other than the undefeated streak himself, Sydney Arakim. Well, that is all I have for you for GCW this week. And remember, if you haven't given GCW a chance yet, I hope today has given you a reason
All right. Well, thank you so much, Carly. We greatly appreciate that report. We apologize again. For some reason, we're having some issues with our videos tonight. So
All I know is I have a new favorite sign: light tubes and doors and
right.
chairs.
All right. It rolls right off the tip of the tongue. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, we always talk about it here on PW60 as well. Get out there and support your independent wrestling.
Or else.
Or else. And of course, we've got an expert in that field as well. He is the wrestling encyclopedia himself. So let's go to Michael with an indie report.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Michael with another independent wrestling report. First off, we have POW Pro Wrestling presents Wicked Game Friday, October 18th at the Kaiser Lions Club. That is 4100 Cherry Avenue Northeast in Kaiser, Oregon. POWProwrestling.com for tickets and information. That's POWProwrestling.com for tickets and information. Second, we have House of Heat Pro Wrestling presents Nightmare on Elmwood Friday, October 4th. Doors open at 5 p.m. That is 2000 Elmwood Avenue in Lafayette, Indiana. Call 765-421-3472 for tickets. Lastly, we have Firestar Pro Wrestling. Nightmare at the Grove, Providence Grove High School in Climax, North Carolina. 6 p.m. Doors open at 6. Bell time is at 7. Firestar Pro Wrestling on all social medias for more tickets and information.
Oh, thank you very much, Michael. We appreciate that. Hey, Mr. B-Roll and I actually had the pleasure of attending our own local indie show yesterday as we got to be a part of Naptown Pro's show. And matter of fact, we got a vlog coming to you later this week on that. So right now, we're going to show you a little sneak peek of our experience from Naptown Pro. Back at it again, baby.
We are so good at this, it's not even funny. Whoa! Oh no! Oh! Good night.
It's a sexy cowboy.
Oh my God!
Yeah, get it. Where'd your hat go?
Well, there you have it. That was the International Grapplers Anthem, which will be coming to you later this week. We're excited. It was a great show. Seriously, we had a blast, so can't wait to show it to you all. Well, let's talk about it. A lot of news coming out this week about the Lucha Brothers. At first, it was being reported they had officially signed. Now they haven't, but now it appears they're going to be signing. I don't know, B-Roll, what do you think here? You think WWE is actually going to get the Lucha Brothers, or is this like just a big old tease?
I'm gonna say this. The only thing that's for sure is that nothing is for sure, and I'll believe it when I see it.
100% agree with you there, brother. But it is very confusing as far as what exactly is going on. But thankfully, one of our good friends here is having the same struggles too, trying to figure this out. But he wanted to share his thoughts on what's going on with the Lucha Brothers. So let's go to our good friend, the Best Scout Machine.
What is up, P-Dub City? It's the notorious BGM. And what's going on with the Lucha Bros? Have they signed WWE? Have they not? What's going on here? Fightful Select has me fucked up, and I need to know. But you know what? I think I know what's going to go down. Bitch! You better calm your titties down. It's me, Drag Out. And I'm here to save the universe. I am the chosen one to save us all from that evil gout that's out and about. I rhymed, I didn't even have to try. Hi, I'm Dragon Gout, and I, shoot fire at my mouth. I turn to a dragon. You can call me a Drag Out. And I'm dragging this whole thing along, get it? Yeah, we have fun here over in the Dragon universe. How's it going, guys? I had some double mint gum earlier, and bitch, do you need a Capri Sun to cool down all that hotness coming out of your damn mouth? My breath is minty and fresh. Bish. See, in order for them to work out in WWE, they got to invest in, like, Preparation H. I'm like, that's an untapped market there, and is someone going to tell him that we're interrupting his shtick? Enough with this tomfoolery! We gotta get Gouchy to rescue us! He's the chosen one! Bitch, I'm the chosen one. Bish. No! Prime Universe Gout's the one that does it! Bitch, you're talking like some kind of nerd. We don't talk about Prime Universes. Money, I don't think I talk about it now is money. Money and braziers. Sexy braziers. Braziers made out of licorice. Shania Twain! Never fails. Never fails. I always find a way to just kind of drop that on you guys. Damn it, I'm good! You know, fun fact, in my universe, NXT does not exist. And the world champion has been WCW legend Van Hammer for like the past 15 years. Still going strong. Love that Van Hammer. Van Hammer! And that's how I no longer have a left nipple. Well, been fun, guys. Oh, hey! How's it going? Oh, you must be another Gout. Nice to meet you. Hey, what's that? It's just a ruler. Don't you mind this? Yeah, what are you going to do with that? Oh, just making sure that there's only... Oh, damn it, what the hell is that? There's only going to be one Gout. Ah, my nipple! Yeah.
Prime Universe Gout? Man, this
Murder?
This Gout multiverse is getting out of hand, man. How many Gouts are there?
Okay, are we gonna ignore the elephant in the room of the crime that was committed at the end of that video, or
does it count though? Because it's a different universe. I'm so confused.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say one thing: Drag Gout. Whoo, whoo, giving me the feelings.
Well, stay tuned all throughout PW60 as we find more and more out about this Gout multiverse. Crazy. Well, gotta talk about this. It came out this week that apparently Miro has asked from his release from the WWE or AEW, I should say. But he's kind of debunked this already. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's so many of these freaking is he doing this? Is he signing with that? I just feel like it's getting out of hand here. It's what's going on? I mean, I could see him asking for it because let's face facts. Haven't really done anything with him in a long time. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you think of this? Do you think, I mean, personally, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it. I think he would be better off in a different company. You could even say WWE if you want to, but I just don't feel like Miro and AEW is working or has ever worked.
So
yeah, agreed.
Let me take a sip of my Oreo Coke Zero. I can't
It's
say
supposed
it's
to be over in
I
60
can't
minutes, but just saying.
I can't say it's I blame them. I bet I bet he had a good time in WWE. I mean, he got a tank in WWE, and if
He banged his
know,
wife in a tank.
you know.
Mm.
Man's going through a lot of changes in his life. Okay, you only live one life. You might as well do what you
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here, but I just would love to see Miro on TV on a regular basis actually being used. That's what I'm for. So, and as the beautiful Carly pointed out on her GCW report, Sillified too. Apparently no showed GCW or was actually there's some rumors about this, and we know Scylla. I don't truly believe them, but supposedly he's holding up GCW for money. Apparently, I read something there. It was like normal rate for him was like 1,000. Now he's wanting 4,000. Yet he's still working other indie dates. This just doesn't add up. And of course, the IWC is like, oh yes, he's going to join the WWE and be a part of the bloodline because that's what everybody apparently in that family does. Is they just sign with the WWE. But I think I'm just gonna say this and leave it at that. Art of War Games is coming up. Pay attention to that, kids. I'm just saying. So.
And I'm gonna say this in regards to the Lucha Brothers. I'm gonna say this in regards to Miro, Rusev, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna say this in regards to Zilla. You will see them show up when they show up.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy wrestling and get off my lawn.
There you go. Man, it's all these like dirt sheet writers. It's just like, come on, have you got nothing better to do?
Dirt sheet writers are the worst.
And besides, you and I both know there is only one true dirt sheet news aficionado. It just so happens to be. Let's go to Jay with the dirt sheet news.
Did you fuck? What kind of asshole has a entourage of seven SUVs? And look at the little dickhead in the race car racing around them. They just came from that Georgia Tech. Hey, it's your boy Jay, bona fide member of the Dirt Sheet Press. And here are some stories you may have missed this past week within professional wrestling. And as you could tell, we're outside the CNN Center, as your boy Jay and Cole TV has gotten exclusive information that the AEW Warner Brothers Discovery deal is done in principle. That means that the deal will for sure go through. But Tony Khan and AEW are pushing for it to be a 6 or 7 year deal, bringing the deal over the $1 billion mark. But Warner Brothers Discovery are wanting it to be more like a 4 or 5 year deal. The one thing factoring into this is streaming and pay-per-views. I could get deeper into it, but nobody cares about that. But AEW wanting to hit that $1 billion mark so much that if Warner Brothers Discovery only gives them a 4 or 5 year deal, AEW will definitely be doing a deal with Fox Sports 1 to air a syndicated show. Also in the world of pro wrestling, and maybe Tony Khan will give millions of dollars for this match to happen, but The Undertaker did say on the Dead Man podcast that if he were to have one more match, it would be against Shawn Michaels. Kane, who happened to be there, agreed and said he too would love to be a part of that match. Hell, we've never seen the Brothers of Destruction versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. We could do it in Saudi Arabia, too, for a ton of money. So, are you interested in seeing The Undertaker come out of retirement, have one more match with the Heartbreak Kid? Or should we leave things as we did the last time those two teams clashed? And finally, Zilla Fatu, the name on every wrestling fan's lips within the independent scene. He's no longer working for GCW, creating a rumor that he will be appearing in WWE very soon. Well, us here at Colt TV can 100% defute that rumor, at least when it comes to Zilla Fatu being a full-time worker for WWE. As Colt TV and your boy Jay with the Dirt Sheet Press was able to get word from Zilla Fatu himself, saying that we will not see him full-time, I need to add that, full-time in WWE for 1, possibly 2 more years. So before anybody out there starts going crazy going, oh, Zilla Fatu would fit in just perfect if he did this or did this, just remember the man himself said it would be another year or 2, and Otto Graham happened to be my witness when it came to that. And those just aren't the facts. Those are the dirty facts. The Dirt Sheet News! But seriously, 7 SUVs and then that little asshole in the sports car whipping around them. What kind of dickheads are here?
Oh, we thank you, Jay, so much. And I know you can attest to that too, B-Roll.
Yeah, yeah, I was there.
You seen it. You seen it.
I seen it.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. You heard it straight from Cole TV here for Zilla Fatu's not going to the WWE full time anytime soon. Oh, let's talk about this. So excited. So the Queen of Villains debuted on Netflix this past week. And I got to tell you, B-Roll, I got to watch the first episode the other night. It's incredible. I absolutely love and adore this series already, and it's amazing. And here's a pretty cool, interesting factoid for you all out there. It just so happens to be that Alexa Bliss is doing an English dub on the series as well. So, you gotta forgive me. I forget which. She is doing Maki Yuda, the voice of Maki Yuda on there. So, anyways, seriously, if you got Netflix, go watch this. And if that's not enough to convince you to go ahead and get Netflix, check it out. Heels is officially on Netflix. So now you can catch the first 2 seasons of Heels. And God willing and fingers crossed, hopefully you can catch season 3 coming there soon. But Heels on Netflix. Netflix is already, look at it, man. They got the Queen of Villains. They've got Heels. And this week, it's that debut of the infamous Vince McMahon documentaries coming out. And, of course, Raw is going there in January. Netflix is a happening place for professional wrestling.
If you are a wrestling fan, Netflix is the place to be.
Yep, but we don't even get paid by them. But let's talk about this for a minute. Megan Thee Stallion, as we all know, her new song is one of her songs is the new theme song of SmackDown now. But apparently before that happened, there was supposed to be a collaboration going on with her and Mercedes Moné. But obviously that's not happening anymore since she's doing the SmackDown theme and you got the whole AEW, WWE thing. Although it could happen. You never know. But nonetheless, it would have been interesting to see what that possibly could have been. But speaking of the new SmackDown theme, our good friend Sienna has some thoughts on that. So let's go to Sienna with her thoughts on the SmackDown theme and themes in general in pro wrestling.
Not too long ago, SmackDown Live has a new theme song, and typical IWC, they've been complaining all over on social media, saying, where is the good wrestling music, or wrestling music is dead? Let me ask you this. Which genre of wrestling music are you talking about? Because when I was a little girl, the only wrestling theme song in this music genre is rock, and it can be any type of rock, heavy metal, hard rock, alternative, and etc. But listen, the evolution has been changing throughout the years, and it's not just one specific theme or genre, but it's like more into a lot of options. They're adding more hip hop, more pop, more EDM, and different genre as well. And I don't get like some wrestling fans that doesn't even accept that, like, wrestling has been changing throughout the years and it's going forward, especially the fact that like now it's getting stronger than ever.
And yeah, they're adding more element to these nice touches. So we got to learn the fact that, like, you know, when there's always changes, you got to add the changes to the music as well. And nothing that is seen to be more generic as well, too. So in conclusion, I guess it's like, we're just going to have to, like, you know, get used to it, and you know, it's gonna grow eventually too. Like, you'll be liking the theme. I mean, it's nothing new when a specific theme song be like, oh, it's so bad, to like, oh, I liking it now. Or
Well, thank you, Sienna. And once again, we apologize. I don't know what's going on tonight with some of these videos. We do apologize. Oh, and it's working again. But nonetheless, yeah, she brings up a good point. Like, I mean, come on, man. It's like it doesn't necessarily, if it's outside of the spectrum of a typical genre of music, I mean, it's still just accept it. It's all great. Touch some grass, people. How many times we gotta say that? Gee.
I mean, not all songs can be.
And I'll
I
be the
believe
first
in
to
Joe
admit,
Henry.
Yeah, there you go. I don't be the first to admit, I wasn't a huge fan of the SmackDown theme, but I did say, like, I need to hear it more to kind of, for it to, you know, get to me. So, you know, I'm open to it, you know, but I'm just saying. Well, we've been talking about this for weeks now, my friend, but it seems like we're in the final stages, as Jay said in the Dirt Sheet News, AEW's media deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. But the big news is apparently it's going to include pay-per-views streaming on Max. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Tom Cruise. It's about damn time, because old XLJ's pocketbook is hurting with all these damn $50 a month pay-per-views. I'm just saying. So,
Yeah, and you know, we've been saying it with the, you know, the possible signings and stuff. This is another one of those. I'll believe it when I see it. But
I'd say I wouldn't be shocked if they announce it on Grand Slam this week.
Oh gosh darn you! I was getting ready to say bold prediction here. I think they're going to announce it on Grand Slam this week.
I do too. Yeah. So, but we will find out soon enough when this deal is finalized with Warner Brothers Discovery and All Elite Wrestling. And speaking of some signings, WWE is looking to extend some contracts on some of their top female talent, as they are
Pay
looking
them.
to
Pay them. Lots of money.
Hell yeah. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Nia Jax. And you know, even say it on Nia Jax. Like, her run since coming back, she's actually been pretty good, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, give them the money, man. They deserve it. So we'll love to see it.
I would agree. I would agree.
Wasn't the biggest fan of Nia, but I've enjoyed this run she's been doing so far. So, well, this was interesting. Rikishi came out, although Rikishi, some of the stuff he says, I don't know what to like truly believe, but Rikishi come out this week asking for prayers for his son Jimmy Uso, which Jimmy we haven't seen in a while in the WWE. Not sure what exactly is going on there, but if there is, whatever he's got going on, we here at PW60, we want to wish him well. He's in our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully Jimmy Uso, whatever he's got going on, he will be A-okay. But this just kind of came out of nowhere. It almost kind of felt a little random, don't you think? Speaking of random, let's go to Brian with Brian's random moment of the week here on PW60.
Hello, PW60 fam. What is up? It's Brian. Brian's random moment of the week. Don't have the hat at the moment, just my bald kind of head. And filming this video on a Saturday for an important reason, because, just for context, we are no longer in Kansas, or actually Arkansas. Not Arkansas is not what it's called, but Arkansas, like where we live in north central area of Arkansas. We're actually on this weekend visiting our son. He now lives and works in Fargo, North Dakota. So we're up in North Dakota. We are one state over away. In fact, if you know about Fargo, you can just go to a short distance, go over to Moorhead, which is over in Minnesota. And that's pretty cool because, of course, Light Skin Gaijin, our fellow friend of PW60 fam, is from the state of Minnesota. And speaking of that, and while I'm tying that in with our series of wrestlers leaving companies, and get back to that, is another Minnesota product, Sean Waltman, aka X-Pac, aka Six-Pac, aka Lightning Kid, aka the 1-2-3 Kid. So I want to cover this. What if in 1998 Sean Waltman, no issues with Hogan, nothing like that, never left WCW to join the WWF and, of course, become a member of D-Generation X. One of the people who, of course, if I'm not mistaken, I think the only one truly who, other than Shawn Michaels for a short time in 2002, technically, kind of an asterisk if you want, but one of the people who can say they were a member of the original NWO and the original form or the early forms of DX and whatnot. So there you go. Think about that. What if Sean Waltman never left WCW to return to the WWF? What if he stayed with the NWO for the rest of his time there in WCW? Would he have eventually been kicked out of the NWO and feuded with them, stayed with them? What do you think? So let me know below.
I love it, Brian. We thank you so much, Brian. We love you, brother. And you know who else we love on this show? We love our wrestling content creators. And this week, we got a very special content creator of the week because, in my opinion, Mr. B-Roll, this is one of the best professional wrestlers going today. Our Ruby Ringside content creator of the week is none other than Big Trouble Ben Bishop. My gosh, like, this man has some of the best TikToks. I don't understand how he's only at 2,262 followers. Like, this man should be at like 10K easily, like that. I mean, his stuff he's doing, it's right up there with Jack Fawn as far as the hilarity. I mean, look here. The man tagged with Jeff Jarrett recently, and he was dressed like Jeff Jarrett from 1995. I mean, come on, man. If you're not following Ben Bishop, what the hell are you doing, folks? Because Big Trouble Ben Bishop is our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week this week here on PW60. And finally, our last story. We talked about this and reported on this last week, but we now officially know Saturday night's main event will take place Saturday, December the 14th from Long Island, New York. This will be a special for NBC. Of course, us longtime wrestling fans know, huge fans of Saturday night's main event on NBC. Like, everything was natural. This was like Saturday night's main event was the premiere show long before Monday Night Raw even existed. I'm just saying. So super hyped to see this once again back on NBC, and it'll be coming to you Saturday, December 14th. So be on the lookout for that. And hey, if you're in that area, the pre-sale has already started on those tickets. So there you go. Well, my friends, somehow we have done it again. We've talked about pretty much everything that happened this past week in pro wrestling. And we got another big week upon us as it is Grand Slam week in AEW. Cannot wait for Wednesday night. Cannot wait to see Nigel McGuinness knock some sense into Bryan Danielson and so much more. Cannot wait. Let's go wrap it up for this week's episode of PW60. As always, I'm Xlj with Mr. B-Roll. We thank you all. We love you all for the support. And we'll see you next week on another episode of PW60. Take care. Bye.
Bye.